welcome to another Meridian video. Hey everyone, it's your host JD Origins and welcome to another Meridian video. Today we're going to be going over a how to lend and borrow on Meridian Lend. So let's jump into it. So as you can see here, we're already at the meridianfinance.net homepage and we're going to go head over to Meridian Lend. Once you're here, you're going to see the overall market for Meridian Lend. We are currently on the Telos blockchain. So these are the assets that we have on Meridian Lend for the Telos EVM network. And today we're going to be lending Telos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over here to Telos. And you could either click and go to deposit or just head directly to deposit. Either way, it's going to give you the same thing, but I just want to show both ways. Okay, so once we're in the deposit page, you'll be entering the amount of collateral that you'd like to deposit. So for today, we're going to be depositing 100 Telos. All right, once you put the amount you'd like to deposit, hit deposit. Confirm on your wallet. And just give it a second or two. And that's it. We've deposited our collateral on the Meridian Lend platform, and now we're free to borrow as we wish. So we're just going to, actually we're going to head to our dashboard just so you can get an overview of what that looks like. So your dashboard is where it's going to aggregate all your borrowing and lending that you have on Meridian Lend and show it here. So you can see this is the 100 Telos that I'm currently lending. I am going to use it as a collateral, so I will leave this little switch at yes. Now, if you just want to deposit into the Meridian Lend platform and not use it as a collateral, that's up to you. But again, for the purposes of this video, I will also be borrowing. So to borrow, you actually will need some collateral on the platform. So again, that's why I'm leaving it alone. Okay, so now we're going to, there's two ways you could borrow. You could, from the dashboard, you could either go to borrow now, or you could go back to the markets page and then go to the borrow tab. I'm just going to use this route. Oh, sorry. All right, so we are here at the borrowing tab. So now that I have my collateral, it will show me the amount that I could borrow from each asset. So if I wanted to borrow more Telos, I could borrow up to 50 Telos with the collateral that I have deposited, 43 stake Telos, 10 USDM, 10 USDT and USDC. So it'll give you an overview of how much you could borrow with the current collateral that you have on Meridian Lend. So I think I'm going to borrow 5 USDM. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to enter the amount that you'd like to borrow. So I'm going to enter 5. This right here is going to show you your health factor. Now remember, since you do have collateral, you always want to make sure that your collateral to debt ratio is something within your risk level. There is possibilities that if there's any type of fluctuation in values between your debt asset and your collateral asset, it can potentially lead to liquidation. You do keep your borrow asset, which is good, but you know, that's just something to keep in mind. So for now, I'm just going to borrow 5 USDM because that's within my risk tolerance level. And then with that 5 USDM, I could go ahead and do what I choose to do with that USDM. So let's continue. So you will be given on certain assets the options for a variable APY variable APY and stable APY. Variable APY is subjected to variable rates of borrowing. Depending on how much is being borrowed and how much overall collateral is in the system, this is subject to change. This could go higher or lower. Now, when you choose to do a stable APY, this number right here will be the interest rate that you have no matter what the variable rate is. The way that Meridian Lend works is essentially it's calculated on the amount of overall market collateral deposited versus how much is being borrowed. So if there was, let's say, 1,000 telos that's in the Meridian Lend system, and people are borrowing 900 telos overall, this variable APY will be a lot higher. Uh, and vice versa. If 1,000,000 telos is deposited into the system by users, but only 100 is being borrowed, this variable APY is going to be much lower. But once you choose a stable APY, that you're pretty much locking in that rate. So then if the variables were ever to change, you'll still have that same rate. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose the stable APY. And then borrow. Okay, almost there. And there we go. So now I should be borrowing 5 USDM. So if you go to a dashboard, and we can see here, okay, I'm lending 100 telos, and I am borrowing 5 USDM. Over here, it's going to show you your health factor. So I'm at a good health factor right now. My current LTV is 23.86%. Now, if I choose, I can change from stable to variable, or if I'd like to borrow more, I can, or if I'd like to repay what I've borrowed, I can as well. So that's pretty much Meridian Lend in a nutshell. If you have any questions, feel free to hop into our Telegram or Discord. We're always there to help, and I hope this video has been useful for you. Until next time, have a good one.